Now let's look at the second technique, candle reversal technique, the bullish doji formation. Now this is a 2-candle formation, but with the doji bar as the signal bar. So that red bar in that case there as a doji bar is a signal bar. Now the doji can either be a red or a green. It doesn't really matter. It is just what it represents. And then there is, for the bullish doji formation, a confirmatory bar, which is a bullish bar. So this must be a green bar, a bullish bar. Now, what's the psychology behind this? The doji bar represents a period of indecision where the sellers and the buyers were not too sure what they were looking to do. Open price and close price are within 10% of each other, and in some cases the open price is equal to the closing price, and the range of that bar is pretty small, less than 50% of the typical ATR of that currency pair. And so two candle formation, the first one being the doji bar and the second one being a clear bullish bar. Now what that means is, with the clear bullish bar, confirmatory bar, is that the bulls have then, after the period of indecision, shown some decisive move that they were looking to push price up. Entry would have been after this confirmation. So the ideal formation for me is open and close price of the doji should be within 10% of the other. Open or close price must be within 10% of the mid-range of the doji bar. So that's the top, the bottom, the open or the close. In this case, that's the open and that's the close. One of those must be around 10% of the midpoint, and in this case both are really. The range of the doji candle, so this range here, there to there, must be less than 10% of the 10 period ATR. Clearly, yes, that shows indecision. And the body must be less than 10% of the average body over the past 10 days. So this body here must be less than 10% the average bodies. So we have candles like that, some tails. So the doji body, must be less than 10% of the average body sizes over the past 10 days. The close of the confirmatory bar, in this case, that bar there, let's clean some of these out. And so the close of the confirmatory bar must be higher than the high of the doji. So I have a doji here, and I want to see the decisive bullish bar. Look at me there. But the key thing is that the close, this close here, must be higher than this. So clearly that's confirmatory. And one of my trading mentors, John Pearson, will call this a high close doji, and that is a classic profitable system, high close doji. Okay, and the confirmatory candle obviously must be bullish. And the best place to see this, and the best formations, ideal formation for this, is for this to happen at a level of support and resistance. When that happens, it is clear indication that there was indecision. So price would have been coming down like that, and it got to this point and slowed down at this level here. And so between the sellers who had the preceding pressure, selling pressure on, got to this level of support and resistance and slowed down, indecisive, and then the next bar then proves to be a bullish pressure. And so what I want to be doing is looking for opportunities to keep going up. Okay, Now let's look at the entry and trade management technique with this. So that's an example of a bullish doji formation. Where will my entry be? Just like in the tail bar, my entry will be at 5 pips above the confirmatory bar for conservative entry. Aggressive will be entering around here. I don't do that on this. And that's conservatory. That's my no usual entry. And stop loss will be 5 pips below either the level of support and resistance, the low of either the doji or the confirmatory bullish bar. And I use my sequential close technique. So price starts going up 25 pips, 50 pips, and then at this point stop loss moves. At this point stop loss moves to 25 pips once I hit 50, and just keeps trailing until the stop loss gets hit by the trade, or for whatever reason, either during weekends, during high news events, you can manually close the trade. And that's it pretty much on the bullish doji. Now let's go look at some examples. But before we do that, let's look at the bearish formation. So with the bearish, again, similar to the bullish, you get a doji, and it can be red or green doji with a confirmatory bearish bar. So the second confirmatory bar must be bearish. Rules are the same. The close of the confirmatory bar must be lower than the low of the doji bar, and it has to be a clear bearish bar. And the best thing to have is for this to happen at a level of support and resistance. If that can happen there, then that's a perfect move. And again, entry the same, entry here, stop loss preferably there, 25 pips, 50 pips, and just trail stop loss until the trade gets taken out. Now let's go look at some charts. First, let's look at some bullish doji formation. There's one there where I have the doji. Let's pick the arrow, and there is the doji there. That's a doji there, and that is the confirmatory bar, bullish confirmatory bar, and all these have been happening at a level. So see what price has been doing prior to that doji bar showing up. See what's been happening around here. So that's a clear level of support and resistance. And so at the close of that, entry around there, and let's go 25 pips. So this would have just been easy trade around there, 50 pips. The next two periods, 50 pips, and then stop loss would have been trailed up to this point and would have probably been taken out around here. And so that would have been for the last final 25% trade. That would have been an easy 200 pips clean profit. Okay, look for another opportunity. GBP USD, it looks like that. So again, that is a level opportunity there. High close bar, it's a bullish confirmatory bar. Entry at that point, 25 pips, 50 pips, and start trailing stop loss, and that would have taken me out around there. So 83 pips. Again, look at the stop loss. It's a nice trade on that. Let's look at another opportunity. There's a level there, confirmatory close, entry, high probability setups, 25 pips, 50 pips, move down, taking out probably around here, so 137. So these are all clean, high probability trades. Price never challenged the stop loss, and that's why it's high probability. AUD USD. Let's see if we can see an opportunity there. Now that I'll show you nice little opportunity there. Look at that confirmatory bar. So even though the tail came back down to this bottom, looking more like a long tail bar, but that is, the handle is definitely not 2.5 times the body, so but that is confirmatory. So this level here is a support level, clearly a support level, and price pierced it. So it touched it there, boom, touched it there, closed up, touched it, closed up, touched it, closed up, touched it, closed up, boom, a doji. And what do I look for? Close above, entry, 25 pips, 50 pips, trailing stop, taken out. So great again, high probability trade. Let's look for another opportunity. Ooh, I can see one already down here. Boom, close above, entry there. Give my crosshair again, entry. Ooh, this is GBBNZD, so the trade would have concluded on this first bar with my 25, 50 and trail. This is it here. The profit all happened there. So again, harvesting pips. Let's see a loser. Let's look for a loser. Oh, that's a loser there. So that's a doji there. High close, entry, and it just came right down and took me out of the trade. So you get some losers, but it's winners more than losers on the system. High probability, very high probability trade. Okay, let's look for some bearish opportunities. There's one up there. So entry would have been there, right? Stop loss would have been there. Price never tested that, and it just collapsed. Clean trade. Again, entry there. I would have done it the next bar. Done it. Yeah, clean trade. That's a clean trade as well. It's a clean trade. Doji, entry. It's the very next bar. Profit taken out of the trade. Entry. Done it again. Next 1 or 2 bars. You're in, you're out of the market. Let's look at some Aussie pair opportunities. Here, I can see one now. Doji, entry. Price moved back down but never challenged the stop loss. And then stayed there a bit. And then just progressed, and that was it. Gave us our profit after the second third period. And in this case is daily. So after the third day, went home with profits. Again, that's a nice doji, perfect doji formation. And then entry would have been here, and let's see us scoop over 100 pips. It's a clean trade. Clean trade. Let's look at some losers. Oh, there's a loser here. So this was a doji. This candle here was a doji. Low close, entry here, and price went up that way. So you can get some losses here too, but high probability it will happen more times than not. So that's it for the bearish doji. On our next video, I'll be looking at the next 2 high probability setups with the engulfing candle and the flag formation. And so with those 2 combined with the 2 we've gone through now, you have a complete system that is high probability, high return opportunities in the marketplace. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.